Published 2051 Est, the 20th of November 2017. Updated 2052 Est, the 20th of November 2017. Looking forward to your Thanksgiving dinner on Thursday, stuffing your face with roast turkey, cornbread and green bean casserole studded with marshmallows, then settling down to the New York Giants play the Washington Redskins. Nope, didn't think so. Me neither. Unless you are an expat from the US, there's no reason for anyone in Britain to celebrate this exclusively American holiday. Thanksgiving is a non-denominational festival which falls on the fourth Thursday in November. In the States, it's a bigger deal than Christmas, a time for families of all faiths and none to get together and eat themselves into a stupor. Unless you're an American expat, there is no reason anyone in this country should be celebrating Thanksgiving on the stroke of midnight. Those who haven't passed out from the sheer volume of food, or exploded like Monty Python's Mr. Creosote after one final wafer-thin slice of double chocolate brownie, can waddle down to their nearest shopping barn for the start of the Black Friday bargain hunting season, the traditional pre-Christmas orgy of conspicuous consumption. Black Friday is so called because it is said to represent the day retailers start making serious profits after languishing in the red for most of the year. Neither Thanksgiving nor Black Friday have any relevance in this country. Yet over the past 3 or 4 years, both have been foisted upon us with increasing ferocity. Stores and retailers start special offers on Friday to kickstart Christmas spending. This has proved so successful that a couple of years ago a scale riot broke out at an Asda supermarket in northwest London as customers fought each other for cut-price televisions. It was a reenactment of the Great IKEA riot a few miles around the North Circular Road, when someone was stabbed in a dispute over a discounted sofa. This year police have started advising retailers to hire extra security staff to prevent sporadic outbreaks of violence among bargain hunters. Makes you proud to be British. Yet until about 5 minutes ago, none of this madness existed. Like Halloween, another tacky American import which has hijacked Guy Fawkes Night, and about which I wrote recently, both Thanksgiving and Black Friday are now fixtures in our calendars. Supermarkets tempt us with traditional Thanksgiving treats. Color supplements carry recipes for Thanksgiving dinners. The Sunday Times magazine this weekend devoted several pages to telling readers how to prepare mouth-watering delights such as pumpkin pie, canned sweet potatoes, and green chili cornbread. Why do the editors imagine that out there in Middle England, people are thinking to themselves, I could murder a slice of green chili cornbread? London's Evening Standard, my alma mater, got in on the act with recipes for the best vegan Thanksgiving. You couldn't make it up. Presumably this was for the benefit of its hipster readers who use the London Transport lobster cards to clamber on any passing culinary bandwagon. An equally ludicrous import from the other side of the Atlantic is Black Friday, supposedly the first day businesses start turning a profit after languishing in the red all year. Such sales are usually accompanied by crowds, queues and even violence. A couple of years ago a scale riot broke out in a Asda store over televisions last week. For example, the standard food pages featured a menu to win over a millennial, which included Moroccan spiced smoked goat, octopus tentacles, pumpkin with quinoa, lime with seaweed, coal-roasted carrots and something called sumac, which I always thought was a 25-stone Scottish sumo wrestler. But with a hated Donald Trump in the White House, I can't imagine any achingly on-trend standard reader in Shoreditch sitting down to a supper celebrating the Great Satan, not even the vegan version. So why bother trying to force this alien festival down our throats, literally, apart from crass commercial opportunism, of course. Some spivvy PR company even put out a press release claiming that 1 in 10 British households celebrates Thanksgiving. No, they don't. Think about it. The population is now north of 65 million, depending on how many illegals climbed out of the back of lorries yesterday. Would they really have us believe that in Britain, on Thursday, 6.5 million people will be sitting down to eat a Thanksgiving dinner? Don't be absurd. We don't celebrate France's Bastille Day, or Canada Day, or Mexico's Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. So why the hell should we adopt US holidays? Will we be expected in future to mark Independence Day or Columbus Day? Don't bet against it. All of this comes at a time when there is a concerted effort to downgrade our own traditional celebrations. The campaign to erase Christmas has been underway for years now, lest it offends minorities. What baffles me, though, is why we are adopting alien traditions. We are constantly being told one of the worst sins anyone can commit in these ludicrously sensitive times is cultural appropriation. Wearing a sombrero, a red Indian headdress to a fancy dress party is considered racist. White men and women who sport dreadlocks or braid their hair into cornrows are said to be insulting blacks, though, curiously, it doesn't apply the other way round to black women straightening their hair. Thanksgiving was first celebrated in 1621, when the Pilgrim Fathers, fleeing religious persecution at home, invited a group of local Indians to join them for a turkey feast. Surely anyone in Britain appropriating Thanksgiving is not only guilty of disrespecting Native Americans, they are also causing grave offense to vulnerable descendants of those Mayflower Pilgrims, whose ancestors suffered for their faith. At this rate, it can only be a matter of time before celebrating Thanksgiving is classified as a hate crime. I don't want to ban it, just ignore it. But if you are gullible enough to guzzle down a Thanksgiving dinner on Thursday, as the Americans say, enjoy. And have a happy Black Friday, y'all. Give us a twirl. You're a niche. Bruce Forsyth is to be investigated by the Met over claims he harassed Anthea Redfern with his catchphrase "Give us a twirl" like Thanksgiving and Black Friday. See above. The current UAL abuse panic spread to Britain from across the Atlantic. The latest aging celebrity name in the frame is George Takei, the 80-year-old actor who played Mr. Sulu in Star Trek. He says the alleged incident simply did not happen. Beam me up, Scotty. No doubt the Met's Jimmy Savile squad is already scouring old episodes of Doctor Who in search of suspicious UAL misconduct. It can't be long before they feel the collar of a Cyberman for harassing one of the Doctor's lovely assistants. Although some serious allegations have been made, most notably against Kevin Spacey and Harvey Weinstein, the definition of what constitutes UAL misconduct has been stretched to breaking point. Megyn Kelly, the U.S. television presenter, has complained that she was asked to twirl when she went for her interview at Fox News. She was 32 at the time and a trained lawyer. Choking back tears, she said, "I felt degraded. I am still humiliated by that. 14 years and a succession of multi-million-dollar contracts later. Still, wait until Scotland Yard hears about this." Bruce Forsyth's reputation could be about to be dragged through the gutter, with detectives appealing for his victims to come forward. The fact that Brucey, like Jimmy Savile, is dead won't stop them. And they've got him banged to rights, on video. It's no defense to say it was the 70s, times were different then. Every Saturday, millions of BBC viewers would tune into the Generation Game to Brucey being inappropriate to his own lovely assistant Anthea Redfern, pictured with Brucey, who would go on to become his second wife. This outrageous piece of UAL bullying even became one of his memorable catchphrases, along with "Nice to see you," "To see you nice, good game," and "Let's have a look at the old scoreboard these days." He'd never get away with it, not without a door knock from the Yard's nonce squad. "Give us a twirl, Anthea. I've tried to steer clear of the Brexit debacle as much as possible, largely because I don't want to bore you or myself, but also because the non-negotiations are too depressing for words. Anyway, my view is well known. We voted Leave, so just walk away, Mrs. May, and spare us the ritual humiliation and the gloating of the Remainers. Instead, we're told that the Prime Minister wants to double the amount we must pay to the EU as a divorce bill to £40 billion, which we haven't got. This is the only way we'll get access to the single market, it's alleged. No, it isn't. I wouldn't give them a penny. But here's the question nobody seems to be asking: if we have to pay to trade with the EU, how much are we demanding from them for access to the British market? And if not, why not? Especially as they sell £80 billion more to us in goods and services a year than we sell them. We shouldn't be squabbling about the size of the check we write, we should be sending them a large bill.